joining us once again in this week's segment of Know Your Candidate. And in today's segment, we are very privileged to be hosting one of the candidates running for Woman Member of Parliament, Kasese District. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in welcoming our guest in today's segment. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm okay.
How is the campaign so far?
So beautiful. The trail is so good. Every day is a new day. Every day has its own challenges, its own beauties. The people are generally joyous and welcoming.
I keep telling people that running for Woman Member of Parliament is very challenging because you traverse the whole district.
Yeah.
Must be quite a challenge.
It's not easy from Rimi, Lume, up to Lubiriha, River Tako there in Chitolo. It's not easy, but if you purpose to do something, you know, you have to persevere and finish it.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is really interesting to learn. I'm sure now the viewers are anxious to hear what you have in stock for them. The first question for this interview is, we'd like to indulge you on your life, your personal life, your academic life, and your professional life before you ran for office.
Okay. My name is Sarah Itungu Waleke, the mountain girl, Omuhara Okwachetwa. I am a Muhira by clan. I am a niece to the Baswa. Those Baswa are from Chalumba, Chondo Hills. And I'm married to the Basu, those who call themselves Box Mwenda Chinyabihiro from Chondo, who later moved to the hills of Kirindiro in Chibisire. I come from the hills of Kilembe, Chanzuchi, but we came from deep in the hills of Chisamba in Bugoye sub-county before we moved to Kilembe, the greater Kilembe, and Buhaura, where my grandfather Mtanywana is buried. We lived in the municipality, particularly in Kamaiba Parish, for a very long time since we were born. But currently, we have a home in Karusandara, Kanamba. That is going to be our ancestral home for life.
Okay.
Yeah. So I am a person who comes from across the whole district. When you go to the lowland in Karusandara, they will tell you gumana wetu tucha kumteka kifuba. When you go to Kilembe, when you go to Bugoye, you go to Chondo, Bukonzo East, and Kirindiro, Bukonzo West, you find Sarah is there. So I am currently running for office for the Woman MP, Kasese District. Previously, I ran through the primaries for the same office.
Congratulations on winning the primaries.
I won very well. And I thank the people of Kasese for trusting me, for giving me the vote, and for holding the NRM flag higher. Personal life still, I went through school. I went through Gayaza High School for my O-levels. And then I joined Kilembe Secondary School, my home, Chanzuchi, where I did my A-levels. I excelled and started with my first degree, a bachelor's in economics at Makerere University, which I did so well, and I decided to push on at another level. I did a postgraduate in financial management at Uganda Management Institute, and I later was motivated to do a master's degree. So I decided to do a master's degree in economic policy management because I really had so much interest in how the country is run, in how policies are made, and particularly I'm interested in the agriculture policy and wealth creation, wealth management, because I believe that compared to the Asian community and the African community, we have really failed to manage wealth. Someone dies and dies with wealth. That is why I have another vision to do a post-master's degree, that is a PhD in wealth management, such that I can tell someone in my country that wealth does not die with a person. In 10 years to come, if you have a forest, for example, of 10 acres, your grandchildren should have more than 10 acres, so that the wealth is sustained. So that is my education life. When you come to my work life, I started off from university I went into banking sector. I was a cashier in a Pride Microfinance, and I graduated to be someone who lends out money at credit and cash. I went to be an administrator for credit. That is valuation of who should get the money, who pays well, and also ensuring that we coach people or teach them how to pay well, assess them, and teach them how to utilize the money that they borrow, so that they can be having liquidity all the time and also their businesses thrive. So from that time, I also indulge in business. I am proprietor and CEO of Sisters Love Events Decor, which is based in Kampala, but we do works all over the country. That events management, we do a lot of decorations, tent hire, music, and all those things to do with entertainment and PR. Before that, I worked on a project with the GIZ and the President's Office in the Directorate of Economic Affairs and Research in the President's Office, where I was doing key issues to do with monitoring and evaluation of key government projects and programs, like the program here in Kasese of the Matip, the market, monitoring its progress all over the country, ensuring that the office of the RDC, all their reports, key issues are registered, and ensuring that those key issues are routed to the right office so that they are responded to. My other issue that I did, I was ensuring to review policies. I boast of having reviewed the veterinary policy.
Oh, you participated in reviewing policies?
The Ugandan veterinary policy.
That's really
I also
boast
of having written a cabinet memo that was suggesting a committee that would come up to ensure that they monitor all obsolete projects, like government gets loans. But are those loans utilized well? So I did a study to do with the utilization rates of external funds, external funding and internal funding. So we'd look at projects like roadside markets, Kaib, and say, for example, in Matiri, there's a market. It is there, government built it, but it's abandoned. Why is it abandoned? So that when we did that research, I headed it. So we did obsolete projects of government, programs that are behind schedule, that are not being, like the money came, it's a fund from probably World Bank, but then the project is not complete. That is behind schedule. Then the programs and projects that are lagging behind. And then we also looked at projects that have been abandoned. So when we looked at that, we suggested that there be a committee, be put a committee to ensure that those programs are followed up. And I am glad that the committee was constituted in the office of the Prime Minister, headed by the third Prime Minister, out of my energy and my team as we traverse the whole country looking at such programs. So Sarah, as a policy manager, because I told you I have a master's degree in economic policy management, I have a lot of experience in such issues. And that is what is done in Parliament. Policies are made in Parliament. And suggesting or reviewing policies is done in Parliament. So when you send a brain like Sarah, who has a vast experience on such key issues, who has been to the field doing monitoring and evaluation of key government programs and projects.
Now that we've had these really insightful ideas in the experiences, professional of candidate Sarah Itungu, her growing up, her personal life, and what informs her desire to seek this position of woman member of parliament for Kasese district, I am sure that you would like to indulge her on those key principles that direct her life, so that you can know how to predict her behavior once elected to lead the district as woman member of parliament. Now that we have this rich background of your professional and personal life, what are those key personal values and principles that direct your life?
Thank you. My core values in life, one of the things that motivate me so much is my spiritual life. God. Without God, I feel really I'm nothing. I am motivated by Isaiah 43:13. which says that it's only and only God that can help me through it all. So I am a person who has grown up in the spirit of ensuring that whatever I do, God is first. However, I am a person who believes in adding value. Everything I do, I ask myself, Sarah, are you adding value? Are you adding value to all these things? So value addition is my core principle. I believe in harmony, harmonization of the people, ensuring that we live together as a people. I have lived in this town for a long time. Kasese is a multicultural environment. So that is why when I started my campaign, I had to think so much around something that can stand out for me. To show that I do an interconnection between the people of the district of Kasese and their tribes, and also ensuring that the people of the mountains and the hills, I bring them together. I came up with this hairstyle of mine. I think you've looked at it, and it's a piece that everyone says a kasunzu. This is the mountain of the Rwenzori, and this is the snow lines of the Rwenzori, and this is the lowland. So I came up with this hairstyle to show people of Kasese that I am a tourism ambassador, but though the issues that we've had in Kasese of land wrangles, tribal issues, the person who can come closer to intermediating people is me, Sarah Itungu, by bringing together people of the highland and the lowland. And also ensure, and I also told you, I am a Murisa from Kalsandara, but I'm also born up in the hills and mountain, and married up in the mountain. So coexistence is one of my values, and I value my people of Kasese. That is why I had to come up with something to convince the people of Kasese that if you put Sarah there, we shall ensure that we strive to the issue of coexistence. When I was starting my program of ensuring coexistence, I started a program of tree planting in the mountains. We used to move with people of the lowland. At one time, I moved with Songora and Toro to Nyakabingo, and these people had to talk. We had to say, people, we are one people from Kasese. We should coexist and love each other without banging ourselves, without bringing anything that will divide us. Kasese has had so many wars. We as the young crop need to ensure that these wars are totally finished, or that we reduce them completely.
And you know, young people are usually the biggest victims of war.
We are always the biggest victims of war. So thank you. That is what drives me.
Wow, it's really interesting, and I'm sure the viewers are finding this very interesting, your values and motivations. It is these things that shape your decision making. Now, as we go towards the end of this interview, I'm sure the voters would like to hear an overview of the key action points you seek to achieve once elected as Member of Parliament to represent the women of Kasese.
Thank you. First of all, I represent the NRM party. And our symbol is the bus. That means we have a manifesto. However, I had to look at the key issues that affect Kasese as a person, so that I can intervene in those issues. So before I went into active politics, I had to do a research. I'm a researcher, and I love research. So I looked at education, I looked at health, public health, I looked at value addition in agriculture, and I looked at an issue of tourism and culture. So those are my 4-point program: education, health, value addition in agriculture, tourism and culture. I have taken them as my 4 front points. In the issue of education, I already started. I looked at the project to help the girl child keep in school. So I started on a program 5 years back of Give a Pad, Keep a Girl in School. I have assisted 10 schools on that program of reusable sanitary pads. I want to roll this program to every girl in the district of Kasese, those who have reached their reproductive age, such that I keep them in school. Now, when we also look at the issue of education, we have so many people that have finished P7, Senior 4, but are just there. They have nothing to do. They have no education, but they yearn for education. That is why I want to thank the government of Uganda that has put up polytechnic schools in Kasese, particularly the new one, which is at Mubuku. We want to ensure that our children in that bracket get those skills from that school. That is why I ask everybody in Kasese, entrust Sarah Itungu, because I look like the government that is in power. The Mukonzo says, when you want to see the big snake, you know the big snake in the lake?
Yes.
It's what? In English?
Probably. I don't know what our ancestors meant by Ndioka in English. But I guess the big...
The octopus.
Maybe the octopus.
Then you send a scorpion. Another scorpion is me. So I want to be that link between the bursaries to take our children to that school, at least 10 per sub-county per year. 5 female, 5 males, such that they get the skill and start doing their own works. That is to do with education. Bursaries, ensuring that the girl child, and also what they call CD, the lowest level of education for the women. Women have circles. They have their books that they write. Some of them may not know how to write their books. Some of them may not know how much money they have in the circles. Some of them may not know how to access financial services. They lack that education at the lowest level. Back in the days, in the time of Lois Wambale, they used to teach women how to write, read, and little education.
Adult literacy.
Yeah, adult literacy. We want to bring back that program in my program for education. When we come to health, I started a program to help the mountain woman and the lowland woman. I started a program to test hepatitis B for free.
That's a key intervention.
And when I started doing that health camp, the government came in. I believe they saw that, who is this Sarah doing a free hepatitis B testing? And they started giving the vaccine and testing for free. But I'd started the intervention. Meaning I'm a puller. I pull.
That's interesting. I'm sure that voters are taking care.
Then I started a program to test for cervical cancer.
Yes. The
whole district. Many women tested and they're able to know what's up. Those that we found that were infected, we referred them. There was a camp that came and helped some women. We have so many women who are thanking Sarah Itungu for the initiative. They were helped. They got some first aid medication. The cancer had not yet gone so far, and they were really helped so much. Now, when I looked at the people of Kasese having issues to do with safe delivery, not having mama kits, I have assisted over 3,000 women in the district of Kasese.
3,000?
Yeah.
That's a significant number.
Yeah, with mama kits. They're all over. Even when you hear on radio people testify, they say Sarah Itungu Wasinja. That is a program I want to roll in this district. For the next 5 years, I'm MP. And even beyond, because I want to get them through my office. Some people cry at the medical centers. They don't find these things. They either sold to them or some things are removed. But I've been giving the whole package of the mama kit, the way it is. When we come to health centers, both in the mountains and the valleys, when you go to Ibuga, it's in the lowland. You find a maternity ward where the Simsim is now the patient.
Oh dear.
Simsim. When you go to Buhuhira, you will find a small health center, but there's no maternal assistance. As a woman who goes through delivery, I'm a young mother, you know, and I have a young child right now. I'm still breastfeeding. So when I see women come from there, they're carrying them to come to Resande, Kisinga, Kando. We want to ensure that we focus at least on the mountain and the far lowland. Ensure that we have something to do with maternal health on the hills and the far lowland. Now, when it comes to government of Uganda, I want to thank them, the government. They have done an intervention at Rukoki. They have built, they have put a facility that will be doing Caesar for free.
Oh.
Yeah, for women.
That's a critical public health intervention.
Yes, but it's very far from people of Bukonzo West, Bukonzo East, Busongora South, and Busongora North. So I want to lobby 4 more areas where we can have that facility of free Caesar, because not everyone can afford. Some women, when they go for Caesar, their men start selling off land, and they also do what?
That's a sad
they cry. That's a sad reality. So I want to lobby that. And I also want to lobby a scan facility. Women get pregnant 9 months, they don't know what they are carrying because they cannot afford the scan of 30,000. So when it reaches time to push, probably the cord is around the neck, the baby dies. Sarah does not want the baby to die anymore in Kasese district because of the issue of the cord around the neck. I want to ensure that through any way, through government or ngos or any friends of mine, we at least search for 5 scans for each constituency, where a woman can go through the scan and know the issue, so that if they find that the cord is around the neck, they run to the other hospital, which gives a free service for Caesar or subsidized service, such that their baby can be saved. So in the health, that is my intervention. Now, when we come to value addition in agriculture, I happen to be a child of a farmer, and I happen to be a farmer myself. We have suffered. We had an organization called Kasese District Farmers Association. We used to do exchange visits. Even our farmers used to go to Zimbabwe, elsewhere, to copy what is done there, and they bring it here.
Yeah, the best practices.
Best practices. But our organization is dead. Who can revive it? A farmer like me, a young one, and a farmer who knows what has the history of farmers. When you come to the cotton farmers here, the price is so low. I want to make an intervention in value addition in cotton. Yes. Whereby a farmer can sell cotton as raw and cotton as a seed. We have those little machines, hand looms, that I can bring in. When you're at the farm, you say, for me now, I'm negotiating. I'm selling cool and cotton. So that you get is 2 prices. They can help you to beat the other small price. Yes, when it comes to our lowland people, Valisa, when wealth creation comes, they bring coffee, apples, so many things. Yes. But someone who is at the lowland, who is a Murisa, they do not think of giving him a calf or a cattle. Yes. Us, as the Barista, we want to talk through wealth creation. We also need that facility. Let them give us the spray races. Who don't have. The whole of district of Kasese, it is one communal one. That's a key. Some of us are just putting hours, but our cattle are dying. When you come to fishermen, they are crying. They don't have the boats and the nets. That is an intervention of wealth creation. Now, lastly, in value addition still, when you look, value addition is an issue of land. Kasese has an issue of land and titling. From Karsandara all the way to Katunguru, people are fighting with UA, some people, because of the gazetted land between the lake and the people. People do not have land titles. Who is that person who will talk for you as a lowland person and does not have land there? I want to say someone who has land in the lowland is the person who can speak to you, who can speak for you to get a title. Sarah Itungu is that person. Because I told you my ancestral home is now down there. Over 1 square mile of land without a title. Don't you think I can come out strongly to defend the person of the lowland, because I also want a title? Yes. So I want to bring out that issue to the lands department, to government. Key intervention in Kasese, the land issue should not continue bringing us issues. Yes. Now, when we come to my the third, it's the fourth. The fourth one. The fourth one is culture and tourism. Yes. But I've already tackled the tourism on the land issues. Yes. I told you that I want to be an ambassador of tourism, and I already started. I was especially interested in the concept of your hair. I told you about the concept of my hair, of the mountain, the snow line and the lowland. But I have intervened so much. Wherever I go, at least I post some pictures. Yes. People have loved their Kasese, because there's no place in Kasese I have not reached. I have really moved Kasese, both the mountain and the lowland. I've stretched it well. When it comes to culture, the district of Kasese is multicultural. But for me, I am a Mukonzo. Yes. People have different cultures. You cannot get Mukonzo from me. Yes. I am a Muhira. Even though you can never get Muhira from me. Yes, I will still be a Muhira. Yeah. So don't expect me to go to Karusandara and I say, I have become a Mchiga. I can speak Ruchiga, but I cannot become a Mchiga. Don't expect a Mnyarwanda from Karusandara to go to Chicholo and say he has become a Mkonzo. No. That is why politics is going wrong. If I say I'm Sarah Itungu, Mnyarwanda Rukeri, that is my heritage, that is my culture.
Yes.
Accept me to love my culture.
Yes.
Accept me to ensure that I tell people where I come from. I'm not going to hide that because I'm looking for a vote. If I go to Nyakatonzi, I will not say I'm Mnyarwanda Rukeri.
Yes.
The people of Nyakatonzi know that I'm Itungu.
Yes.
I am a Mnyarwanda Rukeri. They know it very well.
Yes.
So there are people who are saying that Sarah Itungu, because she's a Mnyarwanda Rukeri, she wants to go to the lowlands, take the lake to the hills, take all the animals. How am I going to do it?
That's not possible.
It's not possible.
Yeah.
So I want to call upon the people of Kasese that for us, we have had so many issues in culture. But as a person who believes in culture and who has served as a deputy minister of finance in a cultural institution of the Obusinga Barenzururu, we want to uphold our cultures in the district of Kasese. Let us ensure that all our cultures are documented in the district of Kasese.
That missing link.
Our languages are documented. Our children are growing up and they do not know our languages. All of them, leave alone the Konzo. We have so many Banyabindi, we have Basongora, Bachingwe, we have so many people, Bachiga,
yes,
and Bafumbira.
Yeah.
They are all there. But our culture, we don't have a culture day to come together, to bring us together, yes, and say, now let us compete and see which culture takes the cup this year.
Yes.
Those are things that can bring us together in different dimensions, our culture day. So we want to put up culture days. We want to document our cultures so that our generation knows that this district is multicultural. The Rwenzururu people whom I love, who have served, I want to call upon you, Abanyarwenzuru na Abanyarwenzuru Kali, that we are in this together. Yes, we need to cooperate with everyone. Let us uphold our culture and accept others to uphold their culture. I want to be that person who is always known to have ensured that the culture of Kasese reaches everywhere in this world. That is why everywhere I go, I must dance the chikebe. I must dance the chikebe.
Yeah.
Now, when it comes to tourism, we have so many of our children go through CELAC, yes, and other institutions, yeah, but there are no jobs for them. Our children end up in Abu Dhabi. Some of them come up here in coffins, dead.
I've seen that a lot.
Yeah, dead. Now, as a politician, as a young leader, I want to negotiate. These people coming to Kasese, tourism people, building up hotels. You go the stretch of Kasenyi, the stretch of Korongo, Mocha, all these resorts. I want to negotiate with them, make an MOU with them, yes, that our children at CELAC, please give them employment.
It is interesting to learn these 4 core action areas of your candidature once elected to lead the district as woman member of parliament. As we wind up this interview, I'm sure that young people, especially young people, want to learn about what are your hobbies, how do you spend your leisure time? Yeah, would you care to indulge them on that?
Okay, thank you. I happen to be someone who associates a lot. I associate in different places to fraternize with people, to have social capital. Yes. So I am a Rotarian. Oh. Yeah. Okay. So I am a Rotarian at Snow Peaks. So I am a member of Rwenzori Fraternity Association.
Oh, that mighty association.
Yeah, which is an association that brings people together to fraternize and socialize and build social capital. Yes. Then I am a member of a gym.
Oh, yeah, you gym.
I gym, but I have taken some time now. That's why you see I have added some weight.
Yeah.
But I do dance class a lot. I love dancing. The dance class, which is aerobics and Zumba. So that is what I like doing. Besides, I love my children. So I try to spend some time to play with my children. And currently, I really love walking, like trailing the hills and what. So
it's the nature of this trail.
Yeah, it's the nature of the trail that has enabled me to love the walk and talking with people. Yeah, so that is what I do in my free time.
Okay, this is very interesting to learn. So what are your last words to the people of Kasese district? Any last greetings or something like that?
First of all, I would like to congratulate the Anglican Church for having, right now we are going to have a third bishop. So I congratulate the Church of Uganda, the Archbishop, and the Reverend Canon, and the incoming Bishop,
Canon Nason
Baluku.
Yes.
I congratulate him so much, and all the Christians of St. Paul's Cathedral, all of you. And I also thank the people of Kasese for loving me, and the children too. They love me so much. Our Sunday school teacher used to teach us a song. That was Reverend Beatrice Mbabazi.
Oh, she's my mentor, actually.
So I'll wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year using that little song of the little children. It is in Rutoro. Nimbagondeza Christmas enungi, enungi, enungi. Nimbagondeza Christmas enungi. You
reminded me of
So I call upon all the people of the Kasese, people of the lowland and the highlands, and everywhere in the district, that come 14th January, come prepare to vote Sarah Itungu Kabaleke, the mountain girl, to represent you as a woman MP, Kasese district. Thank you so much, for God and my country, for God and my kingdom.